Good everyone, welcome to this video, and today it's a review on the T-126 premium tank. Now I'm going to start off straight away and say that this is probably one of the most fun premiums I've ever got my hands on. So the T-126 is essentially a baby T-34 with its armor layout. Now as you can tell, where my cursor is, it's 55mm thick, which for a light tank is fucking impressive. There's no other word for it. Now, this frontal plate, when angled specifically to about here, you can actually resist a lot of shots. The Sherman's gun will ricochet, the short 50 and the long 50 on the Puma and the Panzer IIIJ will also ricochet. The lower glacis can also ricochet. You've got additional plates on the front here, which are also 55mm thick. The side armor can work great for side scraping, and the gun is punchy enough to deal with its targets. Now the 45 does struggle against the armoured Panzer IIIs, so you'll notice I load APCR in this battle. I do recommend a couple of APCR, at least 10 or 15 of them, due to high rate of fire. However, you're mostly going to want to fire APHE rounds. So the T-126 does have one primary weak spot, and that's right here on the turret. 54mm thick equivalent, and well, if something penetrates here, not only does it take out the gunnery crew, but it can wound or even kill the two remaining crew members in the front of the compartment. Not very healthy, and obviously with the mantlet not being that particularly thick, except for here, you're gonna have problems with gun breach shots. But does that mean this thing's bad? Hell no. For 550G, you are getting your money's worth. Now obviously it is only rank 1, and it is 2.7, and with a top speed of just under 22 miles an hour, it's not the fastest light tank on the battlefield. But it is a chunky light tank, and it can resist a lot of damage, as you're going to see. And it can also dish out a lot of damage. Now normally obviously I do my reviews when I do the market distinction, but look at the amount of games I get like this, it's just unbelievable. So the armor piercing high explosive ballistic cap has about 30 grams of TNT equivalent. Not bad. That's pretty good actually. BR240 SP is, I don't recommend carrying them, but if you are like I do, carry 5. And the BR240P, which is your APCR round, as I said, 10 to 15, maybe even 20. But yeah, this is a great light tank, and it is well worth your money. Obviously, 550 GE, it's either this or the SU-57. If you're a more skilled player, I recommend the SU. But if you're a bit of a newbie, like you're not as good with armor and all that, this might do you a bit better than the half track. So let's jump in. That's squadrons. 1 second. Sorry about that. And well, let's jump in and let's have a look. Obviously, you can see there BF19K4. Yes, I've been spading it, and I love it. It's great so far. I mean, I've had really bad teams for the most part, but even so. Sorry about that. That was a close friend of mine. Just responded to that. Now, this battle's a little shorter than what you might expect, but this battle was just a complete slaughter. But, oh my god, it was fun. This tank is a lot of fun. Now, in up tiers, you are going to struggle against M4A3 105s. Again, you're going to struggle. But this thing's derpy enough. I mean, I've even resisted the 105 heat. Like, this thing is tough. It really is tough. I don't know, Raptor's going to leave a comment saying, oh, but the 105 Sherman can crack it like a nut, but trust me, mate, not on the side. This thing side scraping, if you side scrape against heat rounds, it ain't penetrating. Simple fact. On the front plate, completely flat on, and obviously not angled, it will occur to the point of where the penetration will occur. But other than heat, on the enemy team, there's only a few guns that can crack my front plate. And even then, they're throwing heat most of the time. If you look, SGKFC234, AB43, short 50s and long 47s from the Japanese, there's no chance that they're penetrating the frontal plate. They can bend the turret. That's really the recommendation if you're going to take out this tank. Take it out by hitting the turret. That's my best advice. So at this point, obviously I start moving in, and obviously I want to get nice and stuck in. And I'm going to use this Stuart on my right as a bit of bait. Obviously I soon realised that he's getting shot at, and well, I tried to move out and help him, but obviously this thing's a bit chunky and a bit slow. So he's going to get taken out. And there he goes. But the AB-43 had to reverse to do that shot, giving me a kill. And there's Panzer III-F, he's dead as well. Second kill. It's going to get a bit crazy, just to warn you. I mean, I've certainly had worse situations, but it's going to get a bit crazy. So there's a Chiha Kai, he's obviously trying to engage me, but he's not going for the turret, he's going for the hull. Never go for the hull. The long 47 on a Japanese tank ain't penning. Third kill. It just ain't penning. So that Panzer IV-E is just sat there, he's not actually going to do anything, he pretty much just sits there for the most part. Obviously I was looking to engage a vehicle, but obviously I just found this guy sat here. There was a tank I heard on my right, that's why I turned, but obviously I saw the Puma, so I dealt with the Puma, because obviously that's higher priority. And that's my fourth kill. But at this point, it's just complete slaughter. There's another Puma. Obviously I keep on going, because obviously I don't want to stop right in front of the enemy team. I mean, yes, I have the armor to take it, but even so. I hit the Panzer IV-E in the turret, well sorry, not in the turret, in the driver's compartment. I'm surprised this crewman actually survived that shot, but there's my ace. At this point, I'm going to get a bit overwhelmed, as you're about to notice. Horo takes a hit there, but I finish him off with an APHE round. And what I didn't know is that there's actually a Panzer III on my left, quite close. At this point, I make a bit of an error on my part. There's actually a Puma, I believe it is a Puma, stuck in that smoke. And I'm about to take a shot in the side of the hull. There we go, Panzer III-L. This is the guy who's going to give me a bit of trouble. But luckily, there's a friendly neighborhood moron who's going to take some shots for me. Excuse me. And, well, I fire an APHE round, which does absolutely nothing. So I think, okay, APCR it is. I let the retard get hit. He actually penetrates the retard and manages to actually hit me as well. I take out his gun over the APCR round, and I go for the left hand side of the tank and finish him off. 9th kill. You can see what I mean by it's getting a bit hectic, can't you? So I saw that Ho-Ni through the bushes because I saw him firing earlier. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a bad throat, do apologise. And the Ho-Ni just doesn't know what to think. And that's the end of him. Kill number 10. At this point I decided, okay, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to go into the capture point and get myself my spare retard, which was a pretty reasonable decision, because obviously I'm down my loader. But even so, always nice to just be that little bit cautious. Even though this is a down tier game, I've still got to be cautious. But at this point, just gathering my spare retard up. Got to get another Ivan in from the fresh conscripts. You won't mind. So I'm going to jump us ahead a little bit here. Obviously, at this point, I wanted to flank. But I actually spotted that M14. Sorry for cutting there, but I actually spotted that M14 because of the marker on the map. But he regretted his life decision, let's just say. That's kill number 11. So the L640 that was on this flank has been dealt with by the B12, which is arguably a better seal club than this thing. But even so, B12 is twice as expensive, but I mean, at least you're getting your money's worth out of it. But this little guy, it will do you some work. I can promise you that. But at this point, the enemy team has been completely overrun. We have the capture zone. We have everything under control. I go for the turret on this guy, take out all of his turret crew. I then go for the engine, and the team is going to take that one. But to be honest, I wasn't that forced. And, well, at this point, the enemy team is basically gone. They only have a Stuka, a CR-42, and that Panzer IV there. At the moment, at least. So at this point, I decide, sod it, let's go for it. He takes out a BT-5, but he's gonna keep on driving. He's got a dead turret crew, but the APHE round goes straight for the driver's part, and that's the end of him. And, well, even though that Stug isn't now alive, I'm not going to get the kill because the game actually ended, and obviously I had to leave the area due to the swarm protection. But yeah, for 550 GE, you are definitely getting your money's worth out of this tank. That is for definite. It's got a good gun, it's got great armor, it's not got the best mobility, but oh my god, it's a Singer Seal Clubber. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one.